Adele from Critic.com, just here with Adam Dube. He's our guide in the Mentawais. I thought I'd just get a little bit of an insight about what it's like to be a guide in the Mentawais, mate. Sort of when did you start, and any crazy stories you got about anyone, and when we finish, just maybe some tips for the boys that are thinking of coming over, so they don't, cut themselves up or something.
Yeah, right, easy. I came out. I got a shot at. I was kind of just travelling, and I saw an advertisement. A guy wanted someone to run a little surf camp he had up in the north of the island. I just saw it. Mentawais, and put all the eggs in the basket. Just kind of hassled him until he gave me a run, and did that for a year. Came out here pretty green. I didn't speak any Indo or anything, and it was just a little camp. We'd have a group of people come and stay, and just take them surfing and keep them fed, and get on the beers and talk stories. It's good fun, and that kind of just led to meeting other people up here in the industry. Like all the boats were coming through, and I met some other people that were building quite a big resort, I guess you call it, retreat, just near there. So the following season I went up and worked with them and kind of helped get that started and just guided their guests, and then again through that just meeting people in the industry, I moved on to the boats. The boats was kind of always, once I'd seen it, I knew I had to have a shot at that, because you just, you're mobile, you can just pull anchor and move, follow the conditions and stuff, and you've got this whole chain, as you know, surrounded by waves. So, got over that. I've been doing that for a couple of years now.
You got a favourite spot?
Yeah, mate, it's hard as a goofy footer to go past Macca's,
Yeah.
Just when it's doing its thing, it's kind of perfect, I guess. You get the barrels and a chance to sort of practice your turns and that. Nothing too hectic. There's a lot of spots I like though, we've surfed a few of them.
Yeah.
Roxy's and Greenbush we didn't get to this time, but that's another good one. Plenty of good spots on their day. They can all be good.
Most of the crew think it's a pretty dream job. Any tips you can give them if they wanted to get into the industry?
You just got to... I don't know how you go about getting into it. You kind of just got to come up here and put in some time, and do the hard yards and do it for nothing for a long time too, and just meet the right people and put yourself out there and just come up for a few trips or whatever. And
there's no real TAFE course for it, is there?
No real TAFE course, mate. It's learn as you go, and you're in the right spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mate, you put us on the spot pretty much every morning and got us, on the waves before anyone else. Did you sort of learn that?
Got lucky.
Yeah. Is there any knack to in learning these conditions, or it's a guarded secret among you boys, or what?
You just sort of look at the forecast, and then even so, you can look at the forecast as much as you want, but really you've got to get out here and sort of look at what's going on. And I make mistakes too, and sometimes it's good when you make the right call. And mistakes, you guys are done pretty well, I think.
Who's your favourite group of travellers, mate? Aussies?
It's always good to have the boys on there. Ends up being a few beers and stuff after the surf.
Always
good. A couple of beers.
There was one morning there where you didn't function real well.
No, it's a bit slow to surf, so I get up and then I shoot back in there once we've figured it all out. Once you guys are on the spot.
Had any crazy stuff happen? Like, sharks or mental people you've met? Any fights or anything?
No, I've been pretty lucky, mate. Most of my guests have been pretty good. You meet some mental people though. The people that hang out in these islands, some of them are pretty mental. It kind of, in general, I think draws those kind of people that
just
escaping.
There's no real rules out here, is there?
Not really, mate. It's a little bit the Wild West.
Yeah.
I think it's changing. I think years ago it was more so, but it's the other end of the world. But no, I've been pretty lucky, mate. Most of the guests, are pretty good. You learn how to deal with people, I guess, too. Some people gets a bit on your nerves and that a bit, but that's part of the job, you know, and you just learn how to humour them, how to take it.
Yeah.
It's only a small boat, you know, so you can't let yourself get too worked up, I guess.
Yeah, you mostly work this boat. It's 10 people?
10 guests at a time, yeah.
Is that your ideal sort of thing?
10 seems to work, mate. I think any more than that, you're a bit of an instant crowd, maybe, and yeah, I don't know, 10 just seems to be the magic number that most of the boats operate with. A couple of the smaller boats here to 6 or 8, which would be really nice.
Yeah.
I guess, but I guess they've got a magic number in terms of filling the boat and costs and all that sort of thing as well. And 10 seems to work. You can manage 10 pretty good.
What sort of differences have you noticed in the industry in the last probably 3 years? Because you've been out here 6 years now, did you say?
This is my 5th season.
Fifth season. So what sort of changes have you noticed besides having to pay at Maccas and all that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean it's all getting more regulated, I guess. Like with the boats, I don't know a whole lot about it, but a few years ago the government kind of brought a rule in, and everyone had to be flagged Indonesian. Before that, I think you could just bring your boat over from Oz or States or whatever and do that. And so there's some quite big fees incurred. That changed a little bit, and then it's just the regulation, the operating fees. You know, now you've got this booking thing at Maccas, which, as you see, can kind of suck. It can kind of work too. You get lucky.
Yeah, they get out after you, don't they?
They
had a couple of guys yelling at me.
That's made it hard. Like everyone, like I said, it's my favourite wave, and there's a lot of people come out here and they want to surf that wave, and then to be told you can't, or you can only do it on this day and that day, and that's made it a bit hard.
Yeah.
But hopefully, there's been talk about doing that at a few of the breaks, so hopefully that doesn't happen, because that'd take the adventure out of it, you know. Knowing you're going to be here this day or here that day, and yeah.
What do you see changes in the next 5 years here, mate?
Next 5 years. More land-based stuff, I think. They seem to be popping up everywhere. Yeah, let's see how we go. We're already paying more fees as you go around. You know, you go south and you pay out some money and stuff to the villages down there, which I'm all for. I think it's really good if we're operating up here that money's going back into the community. The issue is where it's going, who it's actually going to, you know. Like, sure, you give it to that person on the boat and they give you a piece of paper, but how much that filters out to the rest of the community, that, I don't know. But I think there'll be more of that sort of stuff. Probably be some more moorings, but it's getting just a little more professional, I think, too. Probably back in the day when it started, it was a more raw experience, you know, a bit more of a risk, whereas now, yeah, you're providing a service, you know. People sort of, there's competition and people know what they expect, and you have to kind of deliver, you know, and take care of the guests and stuff, make sure everyone's safe and having a good time.
You done any pros? Had any pros on your boat?
Oh, I haven't done an all-pro trip, no. We had I had Tommy Carroll on the first trip this season.
Yeah.
That was like a fundraiser thing for Surf Aids, a non-profit organisation that do a lot of work up here in the community. And people at auction, I guess, to go surf with Tommy. So, yeah, that was my only little rubber shoulder with a pro. He was a legend, mate. We surfed some good Maccas and some green bush. And,
yeah. He surfs alright, doesn't he?
Oh, still ripping. Still ripping. If I can be surfing that good when, I don't know how old he is, like 55 or something. If I can be surfing that good, stoked.
Yeah. So any tips, mate, for blokes that are going to, or people that are going to come out here? Maybe top 5, you know, like, besides remembering their surf etiquette.
Remembering their surf etiquette, yeah, you don't piss anyone off. I don't know, just make sure you're ready for it, you know, surf before you come out, and I know that some of these waves are a bit heavier than what you'll surf at home, but at the same time, you know, you push yourself and you be smart about it, you'll be rewarded, you'll get the best waves of your life, so do that.
Yeah, I mentioned in the vlog a little warning you gave one of the boys before he paddled out. He ended up washing over the reef, but that was so adhere to your warnings, you reckon? Yeah, someone's going to have a little date with the reef at some stage. It's love it, but
God, no, mate. Save your pennies. Everyone should check it out at least once, I think, if you're surfing.
Yep.
Tips is
Bring a big board.
big board, yeah. Bring an Icelands, yeah.
Get fit and don't overestimate your abilities, eh?
Don't overestimate, but you know, push yourself a little bit as well. You know, it's good to see people come out and they're a bit hesitant, and then you know they throw themselves over and live with a couple and come back grinning.
Worst that can happen is get cut up.
Yeah, that's it. Few little cuts here. Oh, there we go. This one's a bit tender. Little scratches, Mentawai tattoos.
So if people want to get in contact with you, mate, can they? Is there an email or a website they can go to? Or?
Yeah, for this, what's the website for this one? You can edit this a little bit. Yeah. I think it's like samudrabiru.com. I'm sure if you just type it in, you'll find it. And go under the perfect wave. A lot of it's booked under the perfect wave. That's what I call it. Always kind of check as well. That's how you guys ended up here, right?
Yeah.
That's the agent in Australia.
Yeah. Mate, I'll see you as later on being a ASP specialist, mate. Tell them where to go and take them around. Had us on the spot all the time, mate. Perfect. Every morning, first one's in. And you even took us to a couple of little spots we had by ourselves, remote. What did you call it? Jurassic Park-ish.
Jurassic Park, yeah. Just waiting for the pterodactyl to fly out.
One final thing, just look down the camera, mate, and just tell them how to actually say where we are, the island. Because I came here calling it the Mentawais. And that's what I've heard. Mentawais.
Yeah, that's the Mentawais.
So you say it Mentawais.
Mentawai.
Okay, cool.
I think is the correct term the locals will use.
Oh, mate.
I think I heard sinking islands or something, I don't know.
That's what it means? Sinking
so,
island?
yeah.
Okay. Thanks, mate.
No worries, Del. Been a pleasure.